You mentioned the quarterback position, and obviously we're going to talk about that some. Anthony Richardson has been a disappointment with the Colts. He was given permission by the Colts to seek trade partners. Longtime Browns beat reporter Tony Grossi on if the Browns should try to acquire Anthony Richardson.
I'm a thumbs down on that. I don't get any whiff that there's validity to that the Browns would bring him in and just complicate their quarterback room for a second year in a row.
Yeah.
But nationally, that's going to pick up steam. Who wants Anthony Richardson? Well, give him to the Browns. They'll take anybody. Right? That's the attitude.
That's right. That's right. And also, Tony, the Browns already have a bunch of long shot projects on their team. We need more long shot quarterback projects. Rehab. Yeah. Like we need a hole in our heads over here.
Yeah.
So
listen, if the Browns quarterback room was comprised of Deshaun Watson, DTR, I'd bring in Anthony Richardson.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
Right. But when you consider Andrew Berry still thinks there's a bright future for Dylan Gabriel. Monken's excited to work with Shedeur Sanders. Bringing him Anthony Richardson makes absolutely no sense.
G. Bush, I tend to agree, unless my only caveat is if Todd Monken says this is a guy I can work with, okay. But I get the thought is, well, he worked with Lamar Jackson and turned him into Anthony Richardson. I got to squint almost to have my eyes closed to make Anthony Richardson look like Lamar Jackson.
I mean, it's crazy. I'm not a big Malik Willis fan. I'm not a big bring Malik Willis in for $30 million, but even Malik Willis looks better than Anthony Richardson. I mean, you can at least, waste your time and try to talk G. Bush into that one. But, I mean, the Anthony Richardson doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it don't make sense from a football standpoint. Anthony Richardson came out. He was the 4th overall pick. He came out because he was reached on by the Colts. He ran a blistering 40 time. I think he ran a 4.4. He jumped 40 inches. And when they saw him throw the ball in shorts, he could throw the football through a brick wall. And they got enamored with it. But there was a lot of individuals and a lot of people who said, hey, you might want to go back to Florida. When you take a look at his best year at Florida, 2,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, maybe 8 or 9 interceptions. He was, you watch his play, it's up and down in the SEC. And a lot of people said he had trouble reading coverages. He had trouble diagnosing where the blitz was coming from. He had trouble with becoming a polished passer. That has not changed at all. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit more murky in the waters with Anthony Richardson. He had the thing where he talked about coming out of a football game because he was tired. He's been injured the last 2 or 3 years. He hasn't been a guy that can throw the ball consistently in coverage and understand what teams are doing to him in the secondary and mixing looks up. And he's a guy who has not been a polished passer. So when you look at that and you bring him in, you got a guy in your system, and hey, Todd Monken says, hey, I'm excited to work with Shedeur and Deshaun Watson. I'm excited to get in there with these guys. And he talks about this, Shedeur having elite playmaking ability and better mobility than he thought. To me, they're not going to come out and say, hey, Shedeur Sanders is the starter. But it seems like they are interested in getting those guys into the program, seeing what they can do and how they digest the playbook, and taking it from there and seeing if they can get something out of a guy who's a 5th-round pick who showed some things. And he's cheaper than Malik Willis. He's shown, I think, better skill sets in terms of being a pocket passer and thrower of the football than Richardson. And you got him already in the building. I'm not going to give up an intender for Richardson is 3rd or 4th round. No. I need those picks to do exactly what we just talked about the previous segment. I need them 3rd or 4th round picks, all of them, to go looking for linemen, to go looking for playmakers, and to get this offensive roster better around whoever they have. That's my goal and my thought process. But you'll probably hear steam. This will pick up a little bit, and the Browns will always be mentioned because the Browns are the land of where things always make sense for the Browns. They make no sense for other teams, right? Yep. Bring Anthony Richardson, Malik Willis, cut the whole staff, get rid of Deshaun Watson, take the cap hit, send Dylan Gabriel to the Atlanta Falcons and Shedeur Sanders. If he's not the backup, trade him too. That sounds good, but in practice is not so practical.
Yeah, I'm with you. The other thing is the only way I want to see Anthony Richardson is in there is if Todd Monken says I can make him into something, and I don't think he's going to come out and say that.